We back with another video. Coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of Love Can't Wait, which you find on Amazon.com. So this video, man, is saluting all my brothers and sisters from another mother. Salute. Gotta represent. I gotta represent for us out here. If I don't represent for us, man, or if we don't represent for us, nobody else gonna do it. Gotta represent. I gotta represent. Oh, shit. That hurt. I gotta represent. I gotta represent. Oh, P.S. and by the way, follow me on Instagram. My ID is Sharp Game on Instagram. Like this video. Share this video. Subscribe. I know there's a lot of people off today. Not everybody, but you know, I think most people that I know are off today. At least where I'm at anyway. It seems like it's not as much traffic on the highway as it would on a regular day. You know, I know some people have to work today, but I think the majority of people are probably off. You know, I think the majority of people are off. It's usually this is usually the day that on Veterans Day, it's usually the day that I pretty much chill out. I don't really do too much on a day like this. Especially it's raining today, man. It's like really pouring down outside. It's like a tropical rainstorm. But hey, man, but if you're a veteran, man, go out there, man. Go to these restaurants. Like you got Olive Garden, Red Lobster, even Krispy Kreme if you like donuts. If you like donuts, man. I don't do the donut thing often, but hey, man, go to these restaurants, man. They always have a lot of specials for veterans. So get out there, man. Have at it. Hey, they use you, so hey, man. They use us. They use us up. So hey, man, get yours. That's my attitude, you know. Get yours. You know. And you know the funny thing is, there's a lot of people that's never been in the military. And these are the main people that have so much to say. They say, hey, I have off today or whatever. Like they're acting like they deserve to have the day off. I'm like, then I'll ask them, hey, when do you get out? Think, oh, I've never been in the military or anything like that. I say, I can tell. I can tell, you know, because the people that I noticed that the people that's been in the military or still in, they don't really have much to say about Veterans Day. They really don't. You know, to us, I think most of us, it's just another day. You know, we kind of use this day to associate with people that we used to be in the military with, or maybe people that we made friends with over the years, or we'll call people that we wouldn't normally call, or maybe we haven't heard from them in a long time. But the people that have never been in the military, it's like they don't give a shit. They just want a day off. So this is what I think. I think all the people that's never been in the military, they should take their ass to work. They should go to work. What do you want to be off for? You ain't done nothing. 9 times out of 10, the people that's doing most of the talking that's never served, they ain't done nothing in their lives. They just want the day off. Like they deserve the day off. And there's something else that I don't like. A lot of these same people always, if they see you, if they see you, let's say you're in uniform, right? Regardless of the branch you might be in, and they'll say, "Oh, thank you for your service." I'm like, I didn't serve nothing for you. That's something that I just never liked that. Something about that just rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, oh, they like, thank you for your service. You fought for our freedom. No, I didn't. I didn't fight for your freedom. I didn't fight for your freedom. What are you talking about? But most people that have served, we know what it is out here. We know what time it is. We're not the walking dead. We're not walking around dumbfounded and don't know what's going on in this world. That's one thing I can say about everybody that I used to be in the Navy with. They're not stupid. They're not the dumb walking blind like most people. That's one thing I can say. Because most people are asleep anyway. Most people are asleep. And most of the people that I've served with, they might not know as much as I know. They might not be that educated on as much stuff as I am, but they know what's real and they know what's fake. That's one thing I can say. They're not stupid, dumbfounded, and straight up ignorant like a lot of these other people. And I know sometimes if you like a lot of us that get out of the military, we don't have nobody really to talk to when it comes to talking the real talk. We really don't. Because what usually happens is, this has been my experience, and if you listen to me and you ex-military, or maybe you still military, let me know if this has been your experience. A lot of times, if I used to tell people some of my experiences that I used to have, and they didn't believe me. They didn't believe me. They thought that I was either crazy or I just made the story up. This has been my experience since I got out. And I've been out over 15 years ago now. This has been my experience. When I used to come, well, I didn't come home. This is when I got out. When I got out of the Navy, and I used to tell people some of my experiences, good, bad, negative, positive, whatever. They didn't believe me. It doesn't matter if it involved a woman or whatever. They still just didn't believe me. It was like, so I got to a point where I'm like, I'm going to just keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to say anything to anybody, because it's just, I was going to get a negative response. So after, you keep getting enough negative responses, you're gonna be like, oh, forget about that, man. So so a lot of times, I think I probably shared more on this channel than anywhere else in my life. Because if like 9 times out of 10, if I'm having some type of problems in any area of my life, I don't really got nobody to talk to about it. I really don't. I have to figure it out on my own, or I have to reach out to somebody that I like that I met in the past or something like that. But as far as the people around me, most of them haven't had the experience that I've had, and I don't feel like most of them are qualified to give me any advice. Sad but true, really. I mean, I don't have a lot of people around me anyway, but the ones that I do have around me, they look for me for advice in most cases. What is it, Jim Bro? Jim Bro 70? You say you're ex-Navy? You a radioman. Oh, okay. I was an MM. I was a machinist mate. Yeah, so you had your experience has been the same, Jim Bro. Yeah, it's like you really don't. If you're better off just keeping your experiences to yourself. Don't talk to your friends and family about anything that happened to you in the past. Good, bad, indifferent, negative, or positive. You're better off talking to somebody that you serve with, somebody that you was in the military with. That's who you should talk to. Like the masses, the people in the masses, you can't really talk to them about too much. Because it's like, I don't know what it, I don't really know. I don't really know why that is, to be honest. I haven't figured that shit out. But that's been my experience. They just can't relate. It's just unbelievable to them. Oh, you was watching the video? Cosmic Warrior in the house. Yeah, you probably watched the last video, right? That I just uploaded. That was a good video. I really yeah, that was a really good video. I told some stories about stuff that I've experienced in the past in that video. Stuff that most people never talk about, by the way. Most people never talk about that aspect of like meeting somebody, and people don't really show who they are. And this is why I say most people haven't had a real relationship in their lives, because it's always at least one person, they hiding something. You laid it down on that one about relationship. Yeah. I mean, most people, I haven't heard anybody talk about it like that. Really? I just cut it on and didn't finish once I saw that you were streaming. Oh, I caught you at a bad time, Cosmic Warrior. I think it's because traveling in the Navy is like a book. It's never been read before. Yeah, that's true, Jimbo. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's I tell you what, Jimbo. Ever since I've gotten out of the Navy, I've never had experiences like that since. So I agree with that 100%. Yeah, I tell people, I say, look, being in the Navy, you tell me if you agree with this, Jimbo. Being in the Navy is the closest thing to a celebrity. Tell me if you think, am I right or wrong? You tell me what you think about that. That's the closest thing to a celebrity. That's the closest thing, man. I'm telling you. I don't know about the rest of them branches, but I know being in the Navy, I've never had experience like that before. I never seen no shit like that before. Just overall, just being out in public, you meeting people from all walks of life, all over the place. The closest thing to a celebrity. I mean, being in the Navy, you could do anything. You could do anything. Just don't make a scene or embarrass anybody, embarrass the branch of the Navy, or get in the media, anything like that. But as long as you don't do that, you can do anything. And you can buy almost anything. I'm telling you. I didn't realize, and you don't realize it until you get out. When you get out, you be like, oh, okay. After about a year, no, probably like 2 years. After about 2 years, you can kind of see, okay, things have changed a little bit as far as your status and everything. It's crazy, man. But that's the closest thing to being a celebrity, man. No doubt about it. That's my opinion. Some people would disagree with that. That's been in the Navy. But if you do a comparison to your life out the Navy compared to being in the Navy, it ain't gonna be no comparison. It don't compete at all. It's like an unfair comparison, really. That's out of curiosity. Why didn't you retire out of the Navy? No, I didn't plan on retiring in there. I just wanted to do my 4 years and get out. Yeah, so I didn't plan on retiring. That's why, pretty much. Yeah, I didn't plan on it. Yeah. Yeah. See, relationships is no different from any other area of activity, really. Think about it. Regardless of if you're trying to make a living out here, regardless of your skill set, regardless of your profession, you trying to get into industry, career, you got to get past the lies before you get to the truth. So going in the Navy and getting into a relationship, it's the same thing. You got to get, if you meet a woman, man or woman, you got to get past the lies to get to know the woman. Just like when I went in the Navy, I had to get past the lies to really find out what the Navy was all about. So it's all a relationship. It's all relationship based, if you really look at it. So the next time you meet anybody, don't give them the benefit of the doubt. Just know that there's something about them that you don't know. Just keep that in mind. When I was streaming, I heard a caller brag about being a cop and the fact that in 7 years, he would make $126K per year. And I felt with that, that's money almost any chick would try to capitalize. Well, if she know how much money you got, and if you put it out there, probably so. I mean, personally, I would never I've never told any woman how much money I made, or how many ways of how many ways I have money coming in. I've never told any woman that in my life. So if you put yourself out there, that's what you're gonna get most of the time. You're gonna have some women gonna try to run game on you. And what type? If you put your amount of money out there that you make, what do you think you're gonna get? What do you think you're gonna attract? Let's just be honest. Russia. When I went to Russia, I think they thought I was a professional basketball player. I had on a Houston Rockets jersey on, and I'm not tall. I was signing autographs left and right. This was after you got out? I'm assuming, right? I'm assuming this is after you got out. Well, in Russia, it ain't a lot of black people in Russia anyway. So I'm not surprised they're reacting like that. High amounts of coochie to run through. Damn, that's like 3x the average pay for the common man in Maryland. Yeah, thank God. While I was in. Oh, that's why you was in. Well, I can see why. I could see why they would say. I could see why they would see you like that in Russia. Yeah, it ain't Russia. I don't think any black people actually live in Russia. I don't think so. I could be wrong on that. The early 90s? I don't think any black people actually live in Russia. I think they stay there for time being, but they can't make that their home base. I could be wrong about that, but I think I'm right. So they're not used to seeing somebody like you anyway, Jimbo. Exactly. I don't think there is any too many black people in Russia. They might be there visiting, but living, I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh yeah, big time. Because you can't even go to the University of Moscow. They don't even accept us to go to their college. We're not allowed to go to the University of Moscow. Facts. Y'all can check that out. Last I checked, that's how it was. I think that's the biggest university in the world. Yeah, I think that's the biggest university in the world. We can't go there, man. Hilarious. It was like a third world country. They were way behind time. Well, it's a communist country. Either you got it or you don't. If your family's not wealthy or mob affiliated, you're probably gonna be poor. Or if you're in a drug pusher or something like that, you're probably gonna be poor. That's how it is over there. That's how it came. That's how the whole country came about, basically. So you got the rich neighborhoods and you got the so-so neighborhoods, and then you got the slums. That's how it is over there. That's how it is, man. It's a cold world. It's a cold game out here. Once you leave the North and South America, it's a cold game out here. Out the rest of these other places, man. Once you leave North and South America, oh man, it's a different world out there. There's a reason why people want to come over here from these other countries. The word gets around pretty fast that, hey, I can go to America for free, unearned benefits. I don't have to start from scratch, get a decent paying job, have a man, a family, or get a car, my own spot, whatever. They can't do that where they came from. They don't get no help over there where they came from. There ain't no Social Security in these other places like that. The majority of these other places, they don't got no financial aid. And there's some, but not the majority of these other countries. They don't have all that stuff like that. The lady didn't wear deodorant and had lots of hair under the arm. Oh yeah, they don't shave. They don't shave in these other countries like that. Nah. No, they don't do that in these other countries. They don't shave under their arms and they they don't shave the box. That's more of a Western type thing. Shaving your body, that's more of a Western way of thinking. That's in these other countries, they don't really get into that too much. They start in the media, they start calling it manscaping. Hey, they started calling it that so they can sell their products. They've got this brand new a clipper, a razor. They started calling it manscaping so they can sell the products. That's all it is. So of course they want you to shave so they can make money. So you can go to Walmart and buy the clippers. That's what it is. That's what it's really all about. Money at the end of the day. And deodorant, that's a Western way of Western thing too. Yeah. And deodorant and cologne, that's mostly a Western thing, an American thing, especially cologne. And these other places you go, yeah, they don't have no cologne on like that. To us, you know what's funny? To us, we stink to them. If we got on cologne or some type of strong deodorant, we stink. To them, we stink. If you have on like I wear Old Spice, right? And I have on like Burberry cologne or something like that. To us, we stink. To them, because they don't wear cologne. They don't wear cologne like that, and they don't wear deodorant like that. That's a Western way of thinking. Now, all the women, a lot of Caucasian women, if they don't wear deodorant in these other countries, you're gonna smell them. You're gonna smell them, yeah. But the other groups of women, for the most part, they don't smell without deodorant. It's pleasant to us, Cosmic Warrior, but not to them. Like, I give you an example. The women with this is kind of broad, a broad statement, but the women that are with melanin in the skin, so that'd be women from East India, parts of Africa, the women in the islands, whether it's West Indies or Australia out there, they don't smell and they don't wear deodorant and they don't wear no cologne. Yeah. Yeah, they don't smell. Now everyone has their own smell, but it ain't stink. They ain't stinking. You know? And the reason why that is because they eat different. They live different. They say you are what you eat. So that has a lot to do with it. So think about it. But they don't smell though. They don't smell. It's all good. Think about it. Think about it. They say you are what you eat. So you got these, let's take the Muslims, NOI brothers, right? Them dudes, well, they ain't standing out there today. It's raining. They'll stand at that red light, man, probably about 10 minutes from where I live. They'll stand out there in 90-degree heat, suit, bow tie, and everything on, and they ain't sweating. So they know something that most of us don't know. What up, Donald? Sweaty palms, sweaty, sweaty armpits. But they don't be sweating under their arms, though. Cosmic Warrior, they don't be sweating like that. If you go to the Middle East, for example, go to Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, it's 100 degrees every day. And they ain't sweating. And they smell good. And they don't wear no deodorant. They know something that we don't know. And then they got on the Muslim, what they call the thing? I don't want to say the wrong thing. What they call it? What's the thing that the Muslim women and men and women wear over their face? What over the head? What they call it? How many cases have you heard of someone passing out in their suit? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if anyone ever passed. I don't know if I know anyone ever passed out in a suit. But I've seen people sweating in a damn suit. That's the point I was trying to make. The Muslim brothers from NOI, they don't be sweating out there. But I've known people passed out, but I don't know if it was based on just them having on a suit. You know what I mean? Hey, man, they know something that we don't know. It's the diet, man. That's what it is. They don't eat no pork, no cow, no steak. Hey, and they're healthy. Look at a lot of them dudes from NOI, Nation of Islam. Look at them dudes in shape. They wear a suit damn near 5 days a week. Hey, they know something that we don't know. I've talked to a lot of these dudes. They be suited and booted. Hey, man. Some of them got jobs. Some of them got their own business. Hey. I ain't never heard none of them have heat stroke. I've heard a lot of other people have heat stroke outside of NOI. Now, you know the funny thing is there's some groups of people can't take no heat. A lot of Japanese people, Chinese people, they're like that. Korean people, they're like that. They can't take a lot of heat. Oh no, they'll pass out. They'll pass out, Cosmic Warrior. I've seen it. I've seen it happen a couple times. Can't take no heat, boy. Forget about it. Well, of course, they can't take. They'll burn. Catch skin cancer. uh, Catch skin cancer. You know, I had a doctor told me like over 20 years ago. This doctor told me this now. This is what he said. When he told me this, I started laughing. He said, look, man. And he's a herbalist, right? He's a herbalist. People in Miami can't take snowy weather. Well, you could be right about that. They've been in Miami too long. I had a doctor told me, man, he said, look, if you can't go outside in that sun without burning and catching skin cancer, you ain't supposed to be here. I had a doctor told me that, man. I said, holy smoke. You wildin'. And he was like, think about it. And I was like, you know what? This is 20 years ago now. I said, man, he had a point there. You know, I didn't really get it at the time, but he had a good point back then. But I met a lot of these people while I was in the Navy. Like a gang of people while I was in the Navy. I probably met more people while I was in the Navy. Yeah, while I was in the Navy than out in the Navy. Yeah. No doubt about it. You know. Yeah. Respect. Yeah, but I told the guys that I used to roll with when I was in the Navy, I was like, yo, y'all better enjoy this while y'all still here. Because when you get out, y'all not gonna get this nowhere else. Forget about it. Because we had a camaraderie in the Navy. You know, we move heavy in the streets. You know, if one person know about something that's gonna benefit us, we'll tell the whole group, the whole crew. That's how it was in there. But you're not gonna get that out here. Now there's certain pockets of people that's doing that. Probably today more than ever. But it ain't in the Navy is next level. This is without the internet, without technology, word of mouth. So that camaraderie is that's the next level type shit. You know, there's different levels to the game. You know, and when they got out, a couple of those guys told me I was right because they haven't had the same kinds of experiences since they got out, and I believe them. Because, you know, it really depends on who you're hanging around. You're only as strong as the people that you're hanging around. And people outside, being in the military is like a different world, man. A lot of people don't realize this. It's like a different world. It really is. It's like a different world, man. It's like we're not really a part of what's going on outside of the Navy. We're not. That might be hard for some people to understand if they haven't been in the military. We're in our own little world, own little bubble. And we don't have to leave that world while we're in there. We don't have to leave that world. Only time we leave is when we go home for vacation or we go visit our friends and family during a holiday or something like that. Yeah, it's like a brotherhood. Yeah, exactly, Michael. Yeah, that's how it is. We don't have to leave until we go home or go check out our friends and family or whatever. But, it's like this is why so much things happen in that world that is hard for the average man and woman to understand outside. And it's hard for them to believe because it's like, because you have believers and you have non-believers. But just like I said earlier, it's just I've learned to keep my mouth shut. Really, anything that happened while I was in the Navy, I don't really say anything about it. I say very little about it. Between going to South Carolina, Geechee, and Bermuda, black people's voice, accent, and the color of their eyes, and I was shocked. Why you were shocked by the color of the eyes? Our eyes, we have all kinds of color. Our eyes. You're talking about when you were younger, or what? Or you know? Oh, you never seen it before. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I saw that when I was young, like 17, 18, 19 years old. I knew people that had. I know a lady that had blonde hair and blue eyes. She stayed down the street from my parents' house. It was her real hair. There was no dyed hair or nothing like that. And her real eyes. This is like back in this is when I was growing up in the 80s. So yeah, so I wasn't, I saw people like that when I was growing up. So I wasn't like surprised when I started to get out and travel more. I didn't even see pictures of them. I didn't even see pictures. I saw people that actually look like that. See, everyone thinks that, like, a lot of people thought that like blonde hair and blue eyes was exclusively for Caucasian women. No. No, the blonde hair and blue eyes thing, the hair weave, that was for the Caucasian women that were entertainers back in the day when TV was in black and white. That's who hair weaves was for. Hair weaves was never for black women. It didn't come from that. Black women just happened to be the biggest biggest buyers of it. Because they just wanted to follow, I guess, I don't know. Or lazy or whatever, I don't know. Yeah, this is a long time. This is before I was born. This is before all of us was born. Yeah, hair weaves was for the movie stars. That's where it came from. So that's not exclusively for Caucasian women. Not at all. Now, a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people think that The blonde hair and blue eye thing, that's exclusively only white women can have blonde hair and blue eyes naturally. A lot of people think that. That's how ignorant a lot of people are in this country. That's how ignorant a lot of people are. They're not. You guys, people are not as educated as you might think in this country. I think people in this country are the most ignorant worldwide. That's just my opinion, though. Some people they'll disagree with that too. There's some people disagree with everything I say in this video, but that's fine. It's my experience. You can't, tell me what my experiences have been. You wasn't there. You can get now. There's some people who will get mad at me because of what I've experienced. I've met people that were crazy like that too. If I tell them what my experience has been, they'll get mad. I'll be like, "You crazy? I ain't gonna get mad at me because of what my experience has been. If you don't want to hear it, well, kick rocks." You crazy. There's a lot of people out here that's got on some foolishness like that. In Bermuda, they were wearing the same uniform in school early in the 90s before it made it to the States. I wish weave didn't exist. Plastic surgery, even more so. Yeah, I'm not into none of that plastic surgery and weave. I like natural women. The natural, the better. I'm not into this hair weave and wig and I'm not into none of that. I don't silicone breasts, and I'm not into none of that. The butts and hydrogel butts, and I'm not into none of that stuff. I'm not into a woman that say, "Hey, I'm bisexual." I'm not into none of that. No. And look, the more natural she is, the better. I'm in none of that crap. I'm not even into makeup. Sadly, most people don't get plastic surgery because they depend on it. You don't insult anyone, so I don't know how you get trolls. I don't know why either. I don't insult anybody, and I think when you get trolls, that means that you're doing the right thing. That's all that means. Yeah, plastic surgery. You don't like when it comes to plastic surgery, there's a price to pay for getting plastic surgery, and a lot of these women are dying. They're finding out the hard way. They're dying, getting all these plastic surgery. They're getting sick. So there's a price to pay. There's always going to be consequences. There's no free lunch. You put something in your body that's unnatural, your body might not respond well to it. You have to know this. If you do anything to alter your body in any way, whether you're a man or a woman, there's a price to pay for that. You can't reinvent nature. It's impossible. You can't reinvent nature. You can't go against nature and think that you can beat the odds. No, you're not. You won't. You can try. See, the doctors, the plastic surgeons, they done tricked you. Done tricked everybody. They done tricked these women. Say, hey, I can make you look like this. Before, after shot. They done tricked them. It's a game. But if you have low self-esteem, you're not going to be thinking with the right mindset anyway. So this is how This is how a lot of women get taken advantage of. Some guys too. This is how they get taken advantage of. They get lip injections. They get their nose pointed. They get hydro in the butt, or they get. Some women will get plastic surgery, pay $10,000-$20,000 for the get skin taken from, like, fat cells taken from other parts of the body and put it in her butt. Well, I'm going to pay $20,000 for that, or better. But even still, then you can tell the butt ain't real. You can just tell. All you gotta do is find a older picture of her, right? You look at the older picture of her and look at the new picture. I'm like, what? You were pretty flat back then. You were pretty flat back then. And then they'll be like, oh, I worked it out in the gym. You can work it out in the gym. You can. But boy, that takes a lot of work. Boy, that takes a lot of work to work that butt out in that gym. And most women know how to discipline like that. So you know that's going to be fishy. Look, a lot of these women you see on Instagram, that the average woman in your regular life that you know, they ain't rocking like that. No. There's some, but that ain't average. That's all I'm saying. I wish I knew the average. I wish I had a bunch of Instagram women around me every day. No. I mean, unless you live in some place like Miami, LA, New York. If that ain't the case, them Instagram women ain't gonna be able to compare to living in Minneapolis. There's no comparison. I mean, if you live in LA, New York, Miami, if you look at the women on Instagram, that's right up your alley. That's right up your alley. But if you live in Charleston, South Carolina, and you're on Instagram, you're going to be like, whoa, we ain't got women like this in Charleston. And that's true. That's true. You know? But some of those Instagram women, they had surgery too. And they got the hydrogel butts and silicone breasts. Sometimes you can't tell because they paid top dollars for plastic surgeons. So it's a lot of lies and deception going on out here, man. The gym is too hard and it takes too much time. You got that right. It takes a long time to see results working out. It takes a lot of discipline, man. I'm telling you, a lot. I work out and it takes a lot of discipline, even for me. I like the results, but I don't like the push-ups, sit-ups, pumping weights. I don't enjoy that very much, but I like how I feel afterwards. And see, most people, everything has to be comfortable all the time. That's why they stop going to the gym. Everything has to be comfortable. If it don't feel good, they don't want to do it. I know many dusty dudes who love the illusion. Yeah, a lot of people love the illusion. This is America. That's what it's all about here. The illusion. The illusion of inclusion. It's Cosmic Warrior. It's magic. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. It's magic, baby. I'm the real David Blaine. Women would need to lift heavier than normal in order to get 200 squats per day. Only tone it out. Yeah, 200. Yeah, that you gotta be like a machine in that gym to have have a bigger butt. Well, you gotta be like a machine. You gotta work out 4 to 6 hours a day on your backside. Man, the average woman ain't be able to live up to that. They have a hard time changing their diet. And you want her to work out on her butt 4 to 6 hours a day? 6, 7 days a week? Man, you lost your mind. Shoot. Man, most entertainers that work out like that at the gym, if they didn't have a trainer, they wouldn't be able to keep up. The only reason they keep up because they got a trainer and they pay this trainer money. That's why they keep up with their workout, because they need somebody to keep them accountable, and they know they're paying that money. So it's something about when someone pays money for something. There's something about that. That makes them, that usually give them the extra motivation to keep doing something. A good diet has to be combined with weightlifting in order for maximum growth. No doubt about it. That's an exaggeration. Yeah, I'm 4 to 6 hours. I'm just being average. You know. Yeah. Yeah, 4 to 6 hours. That's usually the average. Because if you really think about it, if I work out at home, if I do push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, and then I'll go to the gym, the push-ups and sit-ups, by the time I'm done doing with that, that's like an hour right there. And then if I go to the weights, that's another hour. So that's 2 hours. No, I mean every day. At least 5, 6 days a week. So I really think about it. Sit-ups and push-ups, squats. I work on my legs. Then I'll take a break. Then I'll get on the weights. That's 2 hours right there for me. And I don't work out every day. I only work out 3 days a week. And I ain't trying to be, I just want to be toned. I ain't trying to be muscle bound. If it happens, it happens. But, you know. Get it, Antonio. Respect. So if it take me 2 hours, 3 days a week, on average, it's going to take the average woman, if she's going to work on her backside, it's going to take her at least 4 to 6 hours. That's really a conservative number, really. 100 push-ups and it's time consuming. The weight has to be increased because it's way too easy. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it is, everything is time consuming. To me, it is. It really is. And a lot of this stuff is not easy, man. Especially in the beginning. If you're out of shape, maybe you never worked out before, maybe you never done push-ups before, maybe you never lift weights before. It's gonna be very difficult if you never done it before. But I grew up, I was athletic. I was an athlete growing up. So it wasn't like a big deal for me to stop and start again. I'm been athletic all my life. But if you never, but take someone that ain't never been athletic, oh man, they're gonna have a very difficult time. Someone yet look, you got people, man, that ain't never broke a sweat before. Come on, man. If some people ain't never broke a sweat in their life. They ain't never been out and they ain't never went running or played no sports. Uh, Never done anything athletic ever. And now I'm 30 years old. You telling me I got to work out and lose 20 pounds because if not, I'm gonna get sick. That's gonna be very difficult. It takes a lot of discipline, man. But the thing about it, if you got the discipline, eventually you'll be free. Now it's discipline equals freedom. You'll be free. And this is anything. It doesn't matter what you get into. If you got the discipline, that's going to shape the rest of your life. It is. It will. But you got to have that discipline, especially out here, because there's so many distractions. There's so many things you can get into at any given time in this country. And there's so many things that's just not productive. It's not gonna be in your best interest to take part into in the future. Even if it's 5 years from now, 5, 10 years from now. And a lot of this stuff, after a while, it gets old after a while. It really does. It's like I'm like, yo, I done that. I done that 30, 40 times. I mean, no more. I already done that. I already done that 40 times already. I mean, yo, how many times can you mix and match different things? I mean, come on. How many? I mean, how many women can you sleep with before it's like, okay, you know, I'm convinced that I can do this. I'm pretty good at doing this. You got this to be okay. Set out in the heat, someone would sweat. No, bro. There's some people ain't never really like been like sweat down. There's some people ain't never been like that. There's some people, yeah, they might go outside and get a little sweat on their head or whatever. But there's some people ain't never went running or no shit like that. And they sweat down like never. There's some people that never had that experience before. And then you have some people, they've been in they live in cold environments all their life. And it doesn't really get hot, especially if you live in some place like Canada, for example. It don't get really hot up there like that. You don't hit 100 degrees in Canada. Like, never. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Yeah, a lot of people are just average people. I mean, they don't really do anything. They just go to work, come home, look at television, go drinking on Sundays or Saturdays, go to the movies, go to the restaurant every once in a while. They don't even leave their town. They don't even leave their town very often. It is what it is. You always did get on the PRT run. On the PRT run, yo, I struggled on that, man. I'm gonna keep it real. I struggled on that run, man. Every time. And I was in shape. I still struggle. Even to this day, if I was to do that run, I would still struggle. I'm just not the running type. That's what I think, man. For real. I know guys that you smoke cigarettes 7 days a week, hangover, they do that run like that. And they never worked out nothing. But me, I'm struggling. Huffing and puffing. Shit. I should have went to bed early last night. You know, I'm on that type of shit. It's crazy, man. Oh, like this video. Share this video. Salute. Let's see. From what you were just talking about, that's why when God tells a big girlfriend hit the gym, she takes it as an insult, even if it's coming from care and concern. Oh, if you tell somebody, you can't tell a woman to go to the gym. That's not going to go well. No, that's never going to go well. 99% of the time, that's not going to work. You have to lead by example with that. And that might not work that way either. But what I can tell you, 99.9999% of the time, if you tell a woman to go to the gym, that ain't going to work. Now, if you lead by example, if she see you going to the gym on a regular basis, and you might one day you might say, "Hey, why don't you come along with me?" That'll have a better chance of working than the first way. And even that might not work long term. But hey, that's a better approach. That's all I'm saying. I also buy my Navy time back when I got out and started working for the post office. Oh, that's good, man. How long you been working for the post office? I met a few guys that work for the post office. They use their time when they got out. That's pretty cool. You know, a lot of people have been saying the post office is not what it used to be back in the day. Back in the 90s, they said it ain't like that no more. I remember like when I got out, and the post office was like the place to be. Not no more. Basically, people told me, man, don't even mess with it right now. Damn. At 15 years, I did 8 and 8. Oh, so you good? So you well you retired from the post office? Or you still up in there? People telling me, man. I know a couple. I had one of my buddies. He retired from the post office. He retired 2 years ago. He did the same thing as you did. He used his time while he was in the Navy. I mean, oh, you're at work now. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, my buddy, man, he did 8 years in the Navy, and he did 15. What? No, 12 years. He did 12 years at the post office and did 8 years in the Navy, and he got up out of there. He retired. He retired 2 years ago. Now he live in Florida. He's chilling. Him and his wife and kids. That's what he did. Yeah, that's what he filed a lawsuit though. It gave him early retirement because they harassed him so bad, man. He ended up filing a lawsuit, and the deal was they gave him a package deal and early retirement. So he just took the deal and went about his business. I'm about to not be a member for 2 months. I need to save my $60 a month for Christmas. Only sign up to support you to taking a massive cut. That's cool, man. Time is freedom. Yeah, it is. Time is freedom. Time is freedom, man. You can't recoup the time. That's our most valuable asset, time. You can make the money back, but you can't make the time back. That's the thing. That's why I'm very careful about who I spend time with and what I do with my time. And when I find people disrespect my time, they see a different person, different side out of me. You know, a lot of people don't understand that. They don't understand. They don't respect your time. Maybe they respect their time, but they won't respect your time. That's been my experience. You know, my experience. Spain was the bomb. Yeah, I heard Spain is okay. I didn't hear anybody say anything. But I take that back. The only people I heard about Spain were Spanish-speaking people, like Dominican people, Puerto Ricans. They said something negative about Spain, but anybody else, I haven't heard they said anything negative about it. I found that to be interesting. I think I know why that is. See, one thing about most people in Spain, they know their history. They know their history, and when a lot of the Dominican men and women and Puerto Rican men and women and Cubans go to Spain, see, they know who they are, but the Dominicans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, they don't know who they are. For the most part, all these Spanish-speaking people, the Mexicans that Spain invaded, they don't know who they are. But Spain, not all, but the majority, they don't know their history. But Spain, they know their history. So when they go to Spain, they come over there speaking some type of broken Spanish. What are you talking about? Speak English. I don't know what you're saying. They'd be like, then they get their wake-up call. They'd be like, hey, you ain't one of us, buddy. Madam. Naked people on commercials was the norm. Yeah, I heard about that. They like showing their bodies over there. Women just walk on the beach, topless, like nothing. Yeah, I heard about that. Well, they had what's like naked beaches in these other countries too. A lot of them. So that's they got topless beaches or naked beaches or nude beaches. That's pretty much normal in these other places. In these other European Western countries, pretty much. They're not as conservative about their bodies like here in America. You know, because and you know the reason why that is because in America they exploit women over here. Not saying they don't exploit women over there, but in America they actually use women to sell their products and services. That's why they're so conservative, and religion has a lot to do with that. These other countries, they're not so religious like that, not so conservative, showing their bodies. And to be honest, some of these women in America, I don't want to see their bodies. Keep your clothes on. We don't want to see your body. I'm just keeping 100. Oh, you a breast man? Me too, man. Me too. I like them both. I like butts and breasts, but I feel you. I feel you, man. But all right, man, it's been real, man. I just came on here to salute. I'll ask slightly more. Yeah, me too. Me too. Cars in America is a disadvantage to women. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. I don't know. 5440. 5446. Okay. You like the measurements. But all right, man, it's been real. I'm about to sign off, man. Hey, if you're a veteran, go get your eat on, man. They got you, so it's time for you to get yours. That's all I got to say about that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, like this video, share this video, subscribe. Until next time I'm out. Peace. Salute.